Oh, sorry to interrupt your mealtime. My bad. He's like, yeah, this is good. That's how we do around here. The House of the Underdogs. This is the Underdog sisters right here. Got Stormy. And we got our water guzzling Layla. Is that right? Water guzzling, food devouring Layla. Here's your close up. Like, alright, I can guzzle some water. Check this out. Oh, did you just finish the bowl? You did. It was good though, wasn't it? It's my move, and I draw. Hey there, duelist. Welcome back to the pack of Underdog Duelists with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Video! Today, I'm super excited to be bringing you guys my Metaphys Gren Maju deck profile. This deck has been a lot of fun. I've been getting a lot of wins with this deck. Really, really a lot of fun. Nearly undefeated almost. Went head to head even with Adamantimators. Really excited to be bringing you guys this deck profile today. And without further ado, I'll dive into this deck. Starting off would be a Gren Maju deck. Unless we played triple Gren Maju. Alright. So running 3 Gren Maju for consistency. Also, a little extra spice. We're running, since this is no longer limited, we're running triple Necroface. Alright. So 3 Gren Maju, triple Necroface, and double Eater of Millions for just an extra win strategy in the deck. Was running at 3, believe it or not. In this particular build, 3 copies of Eater Millions got bricky. Plus, really don't like the idea of banishing the relinquished enema, so running just at a 2 of for the Eater Millions. Also running for another win strategy in the deck, running double Jizukuru, the Star Destroying Kaiju, and 1 Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju, to have 3 Kaijus in the deck. For another tech that we'll show you shortly. Also running into our Metaphys engine here. That was all for the Gren Maju engine. Running triple Metaphys Ragnarok. Helps to banish cards from the deck to help boost Gren Maju. Also helps, it's a tuner, so it helps to synchro summon. As well as it's a body on board. It's a 4-star easy summon. Tuner that helps you banish from the deck. Really, really good card. Mandatory 3 of those. I've played around 1 to 2 to 3. I've been up and down with the ratios on this card, and I found that 3 just work really, really great. Not running Golden Castle in this build, actually, because I wanted to make room for the Ragnarok to be able to have a tuner and a Metaphys that can be brought back and as well. So, and anytime it's normal special summon, you get to trigger its effect. So even every time it's special summoned back from being banished, you get to do its effect again and again and again and again and again, and put a tuner on the field over and over and over and over, and synchro summon lots and lots and lots. So that's another reason why we didn't want to max out our Eater Millions, because we don't want to banish our whole extra deck if we can synchro summon. Also running our Metaphys Decoy Dragon, which is the one that brings back the Metaphys monsters back from being banished. Fantastic card, love it. Awesome. Anytime it battles, it gets to bring one back from being banished. And then getting into our Metaphys boss monsters, the real fun creatures of the deck. Running a double Metaphys Data List. Oh, I'm sorry. running a triple Metaphys Daedalus to pop all special summon monsters on the field. So yeah, all other, so it pops everything but itself. Good triple board wipe. It's easy to tutor out using the Decoy Dragon. And one Metaphys Tyrant Dragon. You put this on the board and it is unaffected by trap effects, which means you can literally evenly match. And it will not be evenly matched. You can Torrential Tribute, and this will not be Torrential Tributed. So, awesome way to put a creature on board, wipe the field, and it remains 2,900 attack. And also, if for whatever reason you don't have a trap to combo with it like that, if it attacks a monster, it can make a second attack in a row, which is fantastic. 2,900 attack twice. Also another easy summon using the Decoy Dragon. All you gotta do is banish these big guys and special summon them from being banished. Fantastic. And with Necroface and everything else in the deck, there's multiple ways to banish. Speaking of, that's all for the monsters. We'll get into more of this deck's banish ability. Okay. So, on to the spells. We are running double Pot of Desires. I don't like banishing my entire deck. And then, because this deck, with Necroface and everything, you can literally mill yourself out banishing, if not careful. And then if you can't draw, you lose. So, with the fact that we're running triple Necroface and triple Ragnarok, we got tons of ways to banish from the deck already. We haven't even got into. Third Pot of Desires is just overkill. You'll mill yourself out. That's how fast this deck can banish. So, 2 Pot of Desires for draw and banish. Be able to banish 20 right there. Also running a Card of Sanctity. Sorry about the glare there. For extra draw power and banish ability. Banish all other cards you control and in your hand. So, you have to time this right. Really, that's why it's only as a one of. Just one Card of Sanctity, because you're not always going to want to banish with cards you control or the ones in your hands. So just one, it's just there for the option. Especially if you don't control anything, you don't have anything else in your hand, you can draw until you have 2 cards in your hand. Awesome. So, 1 Card of Sanctity. Alright, that's our draw engine. Running a Left Arm Offering for some searchability. You can, if there are 2 or more other cards in your hand, you can banish your entire hand, add 1 spell from your deck to your hand. Also, this is kind of a way to unbrick. So, you add 1 spell from your deck to your hand, you can't set any spells or traps turn you activate this turn. You can't set them. You can still cast them. You can't cast traps, of course, but you can cast your spells. Sorry if that sounded a little mixed up there. So, 1 Left Arm Offering. We're also running Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, since we are running 3 Kaijus. And we're running Inferno Tempest. This is the card, you'd more than likely, one of these 2 would be your targets for Left Arm Offering. You're going to want to go for sorry, I can't talk today. Interrupted Kaiju Slumber or Inferno Tempest, because these are, for the most part, only one-ofs. Yes, those are only one-ofs. So Left Arm Offering, search those out, get into some plays. Alright. Also, or Pot of Desires even. We're running One Dimensional Fissure, another target you could search out with a Left Arm Offering. And as my own personal spice, I like to add that Summoning Curse in there. When a monster is special summoned, control over that monster chooses 1 card in their hand and removes it from play. Again, you can unbreak your hand. It also affects your opponent. So, and you get to choose, which isn't too bad, and helps to do extra banish each time you special summon a monster. As in Decoy Dragon being triggered to special summon Metaphys from the banish zone, and then banishing an additional card from your hand. Could be a Metaphys monster. You could banish a Metaphys monster from your hand. Boom. If you have another Metaphys Decoy Dragon on the field later on, then you can bring that one to the field. So, very good synergy with the Summoning Curse and the Metaphys, especially if you have those big Metaphys bosses in your hand. This is a way to get them into use out of your hand. And during each of your end phases, you gotta pay 500 life points or destroy this card. I love how it's optional. Pay 500 life points as long for whatever duration you want to have this card out and using it. If it seems like it's useless, then just simply destroy it. And if you got this on board, when you destroy this, it'll be banished and count towards the banish count. Again, synergy. Love it. Okay, also running, here's for our field spells, running 1 Metaphys Factor and 1 Chaos Zone. Metaphys Factor is awesome. Means your Metaphys monsters get their effects and your opponent can't say or do anything about it when they go off. Love Metaphys Factor. It's like, I'm going to do this and you're not going to stop me. And as on top of that, each turn, 1 level 5 or higher Metaphys monster can be normal summoned without tributing. But you banish it during the end phase, which is fine because Decoy Dragon will bring your rat back, special summoned by a Metaphys and trigger its effect. So, also another way to get your Metaphys monsters, boss monsters, out of your hand. So, may look like a bunch of bricks, but got ways to get them out there and utilize them. Also, Chaos Zone is fantastic. Each time a monster is banished, because you're going to be doing a lot with your Metaphys, place 1 Chaos counter on this card for each of those monsters. Once per turn, you can remove 4 or more Chaos counters from your field, then target 1 banished monster with a level equal to the number of removed. Special summon that target. Yes, you can special summon a Metaphys. It's not going to trigger its effect because it's not special summoned by Metaphys, but you can still put a big body on board. So, and when this card on the field is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, they don't like Chaos Zone for whatever reason, you can add 1 light or dark monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less or equal to the number of Chaos counters that were on this card. So either way, you're going to be able to use your Chaos counters. And either way, you're going to be able to use your Metaphys effects. Awesome. Love it. That's all for the spells. Now on for the traps. We're just talking about our field spells. So we're running 1 Metaverse to search them out. Running Macrocosmos to ensure everything gets banished. And of course, whoops, just throwing cards here. Since we got our Tyrant Dragon immune to traps, we're also running an evenly matched. Now, only running 1 evenly matched because we're only running 1 Tyrant Dragon. If we're running more Tyrant Dragons, we'll probably run more evenly matched. That way, we always guarantee that we have a creature on board when we're going to be banishing. So, anyhow, Waterfall of Dragon Souls adds any of your Metaphys creatures from your deck to your hand. Or, you can choose the other ability of this trap to send any number of worm monsters from your hand and or face up from your field to the grave. Now you got Macrocosmos out on the board, or what was that other continuous spell? Dimensional Fissure? Yeah. So sorry about that. So if you've got Macrocosmos on board, or Dimensional Fissure on board, then boom, you can send any number of worm type monsters from your hand or field to the grave, but they're not going to go to the grave. Instead, they're going to be banished. And then you're going to draw cards while you're banishing cards. Fantastic. Fantastic. And for the rest of our traps, we're also running 2 Metaphys traps, Metaphys Dimension and Metaphys Ascension. If you're not familiar with these cards, Metaphys Dimension says if your opponent special summons a monster, you can target one of your banished Metaphys monsters and special summon it, trigger its effect, because this is a Metaphys card, because they special summon the monster. But you banish it during the end phase. Which is fine, because it's a continuous trap. We'll just do it again and again and again and again and again and again every time they special summon monsters. Pretty soon, they're not going to want to special summon monsters, because when they special summon monsters, they're all going to be destroyed. Over and over and over and over and over and over. Love it. Now, if your other Metaphys cards in its owner's possession is banished while this card is already face up in your spell and trap zone, you can also target a card your opponent controls and banish it. So, there you have it. And Metaphys Ascension, you can discard a Metaphys card, and if any of those other cards are in play, it's just going to get banished, and then draw. So you're also going to be banishing to draw even more. Banish and draw, banish and draw, banish and draw. You kind of seeing where this deck has so much synergy. I'm kind of losing count of how many times I've said banish and draw. I don't know. Leave it in the comment section below. How many times have I said banish and draw in this video? Then you can banish a Metaphys monster from your deck, which is fantastic, because then you get it straight from the deck to the banished zone, so you can special summon the field, trigger its effect by another Metaphys card, and add a Metaphys card from your deck to your hand. So yeah, this card gets banished for any reason, you can add a Metaphys card from your deck to your hand. Awesome, right? Love it. And that is it for the main deck profile right there. Now on to the extra deck. Even though we're not going to be using very much of this extra deck, most of it's just a compiled jumble of cards that may or may not come into use. Several of them, it's possible to use several of them, but for the most part, we're just eating it up with our Eater of Millions. So we're running 2 Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragons for rank 4, also running a number 27 rank 4, which will get us into our Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Libe rank 10. Or sorry, I'm doing that backwards. Our Skyplay Scan Kangari. Yeah, there. Surprise, Skyplay Scan Kangari, which can get us into our Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut. Sorry for doing that in the wrong order there. Had them in my hand in the wrong order. Also, that's all for our Xyz engine. Yes, we can go rank 4 into rank 10. It's fantastic. I love it. And with this deck, being able to special summon your Metaphys like you're going to be, get some of those things to actually go off. I've definitely gotten Metaphys Horus on the board easily, with ease, and then it's got 3 different effects. I mean, if this card's synchro summon, you can activate the appropriate effects depending on the non-tuner monster used for synchro material, which we will be using an effect monster. You will always be able to target one other card face up on the field and negate that target's effects. Boom, negated. I know I've said a lot of banish and draw in this video. Everybody's, where's the negation? There's no hand traps. What's going on? You can't negate. Well, right, there you go. It turns a card off. It's synchro summoned, turns the card off. 2300 attack. So 2 Metaphys Horus for a synchro. Got some more synchro, running Angel of Zera. Just believe it or not, the levels in this deck are kind of out there. You could probably end up forming your Metaphys Ragnarok tuner, level 4, with another level 4 in the deck, or 2 level 2s, however you want to do it. 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. This card gains 100 attack for each of your opponent's banished cards. Yeah. And during the end phase, the next turn after this card was banished, special summon this banished card. So if this even gets banished, it gets special summoned back again. I've been talking about synergy, right? Well, there you go. Even more synergy right there. You can banish this, special summon it, and it gets a boost to its already 2800 attack by what this deck's already gonna do. So, and you can only use the effect of Angel of Zera once per turn. Also, why we're only running 2 Eater of Millions. Speaking of our one and only Relinquished Enema, use this in conjunction with our Kaiju engine and our Inferno Tempest for basically an OTK strategy of I win. It's a link 1, any level 1 monster except a token. You can go right into this. And that's what our Eater of Millions is going to do for us. Summon Eater of Millions, go into Relinquished Enema with the Kaiju set up and Inferno Tempest them to game. And just a couple miscellaneous link monsters to banish off. We got a Lamb Fornicus, got a Space Insulator, Gaia Saber, Lightning Shadow, and a Bellcat Fighter, just to complete enough to resolve our effects. And that's all for this deck profile. And now it's time for the end phase. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to attack that thumbs up button and set that subscribe so you can activate that notification bell to be notified of more rogue Underdog duelist videos. Alright, that's all for this deck profile. See you in the next video.